All right, I've started the stream now, I think.
Cool. So the thing is, if you're not able to stay in Telegram for any reason, you can look towards our Twitch channel and follow this AMA or pre-AMA or whatever you want to call it on there as well, if you have to go or for any reason. So I think Andreas can send that link as well, so it's in the chat.
1 minute, just 1 minute. There we go. So you can type your questions if you have any in there instead of
Yeah, exactly, because
if you don't
we
want
have
to speak.
muted the chat now for just right now. So we have to focus on asking the questions either through the Twitch chat, or if you feel like you can talk and ask questions, please do that. You just raise your hand if you press like the microphone button, I believe. And then we can unmute you and you can ask your question. So I see some new faces in here as well from our first AMA that we had before we have to postpone the official launch. So I'm just going to introduce myself. I'm Jacob. I'm the CEO of BigSwede, and my main focus is development of the smart contract that we're going to use. And I'm also trying to be as much involved as possible in like communication and trying to be as transparent and clear as possible to the extent that is possible. Maybe Johan wants to introduce himself next.
Yes, hello, my name's Johan, and I'm working with a concept, like a concept architect for the whole project, and I have some ideas for to launch some concepts under our brand, like NFT concepts, and looking into real life business projects in franchise models and things like that. I'm going to meet up with an NFT artist tomorrow to see to start collaborate. Yeah, I'm quite new in crypto. I started in crypto like in 6 or 8 months ago, and I came from I'm a concept developer and business developer from the business side. I worked there for 15 years, and a lot with sales and marketing and stuff like that. And I think this space, crypto space, for me is super exciting. I'm really hyped to launch some interesting ideas I have. Yeah.
Yeah. My name is Andreas. I'm the vice president of BigSwede. Basically, I'm the right-hand man of Jacob, our CEO. My primary focuses right now is to help out with what's needed within the project. I have a big focus on the website, although we will in the future look for a real website developer, basically.
Yeah. So that is one of our focus right now, is trying to find a proper website developer that we think fit in our style, and that we think that we can work with, and that someone that is easy to work with in relation to creating our new website. We stated that we wanted to do it in Q4, and since we're now in October, we just stepped into Q4. So sometime during this last quarter of this year, we're going to look into updating our website. Probably faster than you guys might expect, but it's in the works. Also, we're looking to update our white paper because some of the information is not correct in relation to the updates we have done. I see we have a question here, so let's try to do that. Allowed to speak. Go ahead.
Yeah. When is the launch?
Great question. I mean, we're doing the launch somewhere in this AMA. I can't share it because we're getting like 5-6 different scam contracts trying to take our name and do bad to it. So I mean, we have to do it smart and think about it. And when the time is right during this AMA, we will send out the tokens to the pre-salers and fix everything. So it's a smooth launch. The lock will be there. There's no possibility for anyone to rug pull and whatever. and you have all seen our faces. So I mean, what more can people expect? But I can't specify the exact time, because if, let's say, someone in here is trying to make a scam copy of our coin, I'm not going to say when we're going to post our contract in here, because it wouldn't make any sense for us, to be honest. But it will happen it will happen in at least 1.5 hours at the latest, I can say. But I'm
Yes.
not going to say the exact time.
And also be very, very careful, guys, because there's people, yeah, as I said, making these fake contracts. When we do launch, we will pin our message contract in the Telegram chat, and we will pin it on Twitch as well, Discord, I mean. Yeah, so be careful.
Yeah. So what we're going to try to do is that we have a way that removes when people join the chat. Sometimes they can write a contract name. We're trying to implement a bot that removes all the new joiners to the chat, so it doesn't appear many different addresses except for the ones we pinned. So hopefully that will help us out a lot. But since you guys are here, you know the drill. Don't trust a CA before we have posted it and talked about it, maybe here in the voice chat, because that's the most important thing. Because if you lose money to one of the scam contracts, what do you want us to do? We can't help you. It's not to us that took your money. So, but we are here to help you think beforehand, before you invest. Don't just ape in. Make sure it's the correct contract before you do anything, because it's your money at stake. Even if you like the project, you have to make the research beforehand that it's the correct contract address. Yeah. But thank you for the question, I guess. So I could explain that little bit about the launch. Is there any more questions in relation to the launch or similar? Anything on Twitch yet?
No, nothing.
Okay.
Maybe talk about a little bit of the launch tweet contest.
Yeah. So Johan, take that. You know everything about it.
Yeah. Yes, we have worked on a marketing strategy. We looked at how other coins do. They are shilling a lot at Elon Musk, and everyone does that. And we want to look. We sit in our crypto space and look outside the window and try to see what we can bring in. And we are a climate and a good purpose focus coin token. So you've probably seen some of our stickers with Greta Thunberg. And we have a similar purpose like Greta, and we think Greta has a very, very big network of people all around the world. So we will try to reach her network, and we think she has a lot of people around her and fans that are not in crypto. So we will try to reach her fan base. So we're gonna launch a launch contest on our Twitter, where you actually can win BNB quite a lot, I think. 0.6 BNB total in 3 prizes. And we really need help from all you to participate in this contest and make it trend. That will be our first try to reach a new fan base.
Yeah. And if we're going to talk about some marketing strategies while we're at it, I had some questions in DM earlier about it. The thing is, to do marketing, you need the marketing funds. Our focus has been right now to put in so much money in the liquidity that is so stable that it's, how do you say it? It's impossible to bring the amount down quickly. I mean, because you think about it, some people put in 1 BNB, and I mean you have a problem with slippage, you have problem with how do you say it? The percentage. How do you say? The risk of percentage trading and all that stuff, that you can only trade up to this limit before it says you have to confirm to do the trade. We don't want that on our coin. We want to do it so it looks kind of professional in some way. I would say that's why we put in quite a huge amount of the money we got in our pre-sale towards the liquidity as well. Because we all know, since we have a buyback contract or a buyback protocol inside of our contract, the thing is that it needs money to operate. And the thing how it works is that it kind of takes money from the liquidity pool, and when we buy back the tokens, it sends the money back to the liquidity pool. So in that sense, it adds more money back than it takes out. So it needs to be quite a huge amount of liquidity to actually use a stable buyback contract. That's why we had the focus on just that aspect. We have used some. Yeah, Johan, go ahead. I know you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I just want to say we have we're gonna share like what do you call a spreadsheet and be transparent, so you can see where every token has gone, every BNB, how much go to marketing, pre-marketing, launch, and everything. So we can be very transparent on all the numbers there, so you're going to see it exactly.
Yep. So it's easier for you to guide. I had some guys being a bit, skeptical about why does some money go out from the wallet we had to collect the liquidity. And like we stated to our pre-sales, it was that we would use around 25% for marketing. So the thing was that we decided to do this spreadsheet to show you guys there is not money coming out from this liquidity address in other ways than we used for marketing and the liquidity, like we stated, because no one wants us to lie about it, because we just want to be as transparent as possible, because we know in the long run it's better to just tell you these things in beforehand, and we all know that a successful token, it needs money for marketing. It's not a lie. I mean, if we need to use 10 BNB to do stuff, we need 10 BNB. You can't give 1 BNB to marketing and think that's it, because clearly some tokens, they don't give themselves any marketing funds and they just collapse. And we don't want to do that. So that's why, together with the buyback, half of the money that would go into the buyback would go into our marketing wallet as BNB as well. The thing we can do with this BNB is that it's freely inside this marketing wallet. The good thing is that we could do a manual buyback with some of these funds. We could use some marketing. Let's say we could use PooCoin, for example. And some of you guys might know it costs some money to actually do it pretty well. But if you want some impressions for it as well, it's not really free to do it. And that's why we need marketing money for that. We need some marketing money to cover costs outside the blockchain. We work on projects in real life. How can we donate money? How can we pay for ways how to climate compensate and such? It all costs real money. You can't always use BNB to pay for stuff. But BNB is the way we get in the marketing money, and how we transfer it. We will try to be transparent about it. Like we said, we try to do like let's say a spreadsheet now and then that we explain where money has gone, and you can track it if you want. I mean, the blockchain is open to everyone. You can go to BSC scan and follow every transaction back and forth if you want to. There's no issues.
Yes, and the total of the buyback and the marketing wallet, we can actually, it's like dynamic. So if we see that, well, we have plenty of BNB in our marketing wallet, we can actually change the percentage of it and give more to the buyback. So it's also a function we can change to make it work more smooth.
Yeah,
the entire project.
Yeah. And as we all know, more money in buyback means we can do bigger buybacks from people trying to dump on us,
And burn.
We burn the tokens as well, and we put the BNB straight back to the liquidity pool. That means your tokens is worth a lot more when the BNB goes back in. That's great.
We have a question here from BigSwede.
Yes.
Have you thought about using streamers and YouTubers? And also, will it be any merch?
Good.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah. On the merch side, I have really good connections. I work in marketing, and my brother's wife brothers actually got quite good, quite big profiling company, and they have like they can set up a e-commerce shop, and they help us design our merch. So it's in the plan. What was the other question
If we were
about
having
merch? And
thought about using streamers and YouTubers.
yeah, we actually talked about it today. Crypto Man is our is working on a list, and we think we can find influencers in TikTok and Twitch and places like that that don't has really big number of followers, maybe 5K, 10K followers, and pay small sums, but use many of them. I've seen this uh, on uh, on a guy I follow on LinkedIn. He makes bathing suits for women and stuff. He used a lot of smaller influencers and got really good results because the most of the focus on the big ones.
Yep.
And then
When
One
we're
more
working
question.
on a
Oh,
sorry.
go ahead, John. Sorry, man.
yeah, and we're working on to uh, to one big old CS:GO player from Sweden that I have close in my network. So, but perhaps he can be a secret guest on coming AMA. I hope.
Yep, we too.
Yeah.
Mick,
So
Micken is asking, what
yeah,
are you drinking, JP?
I'm drinking regular water, man. I just moved into my new. Yeah, it's regular water. I promise. For now, at least. If the launch is successful, you never know, you know. But I mean, of course, we're going to do it as successful as possible. But you know, we have to celebrate as well.
Yeah.
But for now,
Yeah.
water. I see one question here in Telegram as well, so I'm gonna unmute you now, Sir Brickmain.
Hello, man.
You have to mute your microphone.
Hey, mates, how we doing today?
Hello,
All
man.
good, man. What about you?
All good.
Doing very well, very well.
Sweet.
Just here, ready for the
Awesome,
team.
man.
I'm early baby Doge whale investor, so got a lot of people
Oh,
that we could bring into the group. So I'm excited for this.
Sounds
Awesome.
awesome, man.
Glad to have you on board, man.
yeah.
Did you have any specific question to ask as well, or did you was
Just one lunch
yeah,
team.
one lunch, yeah, one lunch, yeah.
Cool, cool.
We go away
Yeah.
from the chat, 5 minutes. One lunch, and we answered it like 20 minutes ago,
Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, the
Uh,
launch is happening in the close coming hour.
Lovely, lovely.
Yep. So we're just going to check over everything so it's correct. We don't want to rush it. I mean, we don't have to wait 5 hours to do it, but I mean, maybe a little long, why a little more time for it. But we have gone through it already 5 times, so I mean, it's all there already. But we just want to make sure it's 100% correct because we see so many launches that have to do relaunches and relaunches because they haven't checked everything beforehand. And we have to learn that the hard way when we did our initial launch. We had to postpone it to this date. So we was up until like 7 in the morning trying to fix it, but we sat and scratched our heads. So we took some time off and just we have to we had to put some thought into it and how are we going to tackle this problem. So we have put in our time and trying to do this, and at the same time I've helped Johan and Andreas to understand some of the contract functions as well.
Yeah.
So let's say that I'm away, they can still handle the contract and do stuff.
Yeah, we're pros now.
So yeah,
yeah, it
pro.
was actually a good thing if you look back to it to postpone the launch. Me and Andreas has got so much learning from the contract and how to manage it, and how the source code is working, and understanding the Solidity language. So, and it actually is have been really fun to learn all this new stuff.
For sure. We didn't
Yeah.
sleep a lot those days, but it was totally worth it, for sure.
I
Yeah.
sleep 2 hours last night, so
I have a question here on Twitch.
yeah, go ahead.
Apart from from helping independent farmers with fruit trees, do you think it could expand to helping people who have a home garden too?
Interesting question. Is this something you have an answer for, Johan?
Well, I don't actually understand. Feel free to send private message to me about ideas you have on everything with good purpose or thing. I will look into it. I have a good experience and are quick minded to see if how we can push some of your ideas forward. And yeah, so feel free to just DM me in private, and let's talk about your ideas. And on that one, I maybe need a more little bit information, and let's have a chat where you can explain it to me. So we look into it. That would be really nice.
It's an interesting question though, but we haven't really thought in like that kind of perspective. So that puts us really on the spot because we haven't
Yeah.
really got an answer to that.
I mean, we have plenty of ideas. We are sitting in voice chat like every day and discussing different what we can do with this in the future. So we have many ideas, but we're not going to like announce something now, basically. But
Yeah.
if you, yeah, as Johan said, if you have any ideas or anything, just send them to him, and he will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look into it. Yeah, and we aim to start with small things, to try out things like in the NFT space. Just do some fun and small things to try it out and see how the market accepts it, and then from there we can grow to bigger stuff,
Yeah.
bigger projects, and that's how we want to run this project. We start small and build it up from the foundations.
Yeah. I see John F. Kennedy has a question. I'll unmute you now. How to speak. Go ahead.
Hello, man.
Oh yeah, sorry, I accidentally pressed. But I guess I could say, I mean, what you talked about before with having having a new team and whatever it means with you taking out funds for marketing.
Yep.
For us, you being doxxed is for anyone that's really concerned about that. You being doxxed is pretty much going to help us throughout all of that. I mean, in Sweden, we have laws for this. You can't do just anything.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So, I mean, it wasn't, I really didn't have a question. I just wanted to point that out, that us having a team that is doxxed in a segment that is really big right now. Like everyone is talking about the climate crisis. So any project that touches this is going to get a lot of, like, they will have a lot of value and they will have a lot of possibilities to grow. So being in this early right now is going to help all of us, because there's just so much to do with this, and there's so much that we can actually get from this.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Yeah, thank you, man, a lot.
And thank you for your trust, man. I really appreciate it.
For sure.
Yeah, thank you guys. I mean, this is fun. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, of
I hope
course.
so. It's a long road.
I mean, it is a long
to
road,
do.
but I mean, come on. I mean, YouTube started out as a dating site.
Yeah, of course.
I didn't know that.
No.
Yeah, so I mean, there's always stuff that you can learn on the road, but it takes some time. And I guess we as investors this early gotta have faith, and we pretty much gotta trust the process and have ideas to try to help this project go from where it is today and moving forward. I mean, looking at stuff like things that have really exploded. I mean, you look at SafeMoon; they were really just a token with no value when they started, and you just exploded because of the community. I mean, that's something that we can do because we have a real use case from the first beginning. So it really comes down to the community and what we create together, and
Exactly.
having ideas for us and telling the team about our ideas. We can really form this into something great. And
Yeah.
I feel like that is something that we
Yes.
got to do together, not just leave everything towards you three. I mean, you've done an excellent work just now, but I feel like there's probably a lot of smart people in this call as well that can help with that.
Exactly.
And that really comes
And,
down to us.
That's exactly
Yeah,
our
and
goal. We want everyone to
Yeah.
think what you're thinking.
Yeah, and
That-
Yeah. So I mean, good luck. I look forward to this.
Thank you,
man. Really appreciate that. So just to clarify some things about that is that if you guys have any suggestions, like Johan said, just write them to us. I mean, we don't bite. We appreciate every concern. We appreciate every question, even when launched, because we answer them, even if we heard them like 50 times, you know. But what we was going to talk about is that we in the team can only do this much, you know. But if we want to take this token to do this level, we need to be a big working community. Right now we have some members here that are quite. I know some of you guys maybe trust the project just yet, but if you trust us after the launch, we really appreciate you guys if you stay active in the chat, invite friends, invite other members from different projects that think in the same way that as you do. You know, that you want to find a safe space in the BSC casino. You know, where 90% is a rug pull, more or less. Because that is the thing we have noticed. I mean, even people try to do rug pulls on our name already. I mean,
Yeah.
I think
They-
it's
they are
like 6 contracts already out there called BigSwede.
yeah. So I mean, come on. We were doxxed. I mean, what do you want us to do? We're not going to run away with the money.
Yeah.
I mean,
We
some people they
actually,
just take.
yeah,
Go
we
ahead.
actually, we all in the team put in money in this project. We all the hours we work, we did it for the project to push it forward. So we haven't like taken any pay or so. We actually invest. We are invest. Everyone here is investors, and yeah.
Yep.
Mates, just a couple questions. Has there been any pre-sales with this?
Yeah, we had a pre-sale that was closed the 22nd of September, where we collected. Johan, do you have the specific number in front of you?
Yes, we collected exactly 36.1429 BNB.
So
I will share
some
that
guys.
spreadsheet with you.
Some guys they sent in a little bit over like 0.25, for example. 0.25 was the bare minimum you could invest, and 3 BNB was the top, the maximum you could invest at the pre-sale. We had it running for like 2 weeks, mostly in a Swedish group chat on Discord. But once we got some more funds, we tried to do some how to say it. We do some posts on CMS on Reddit. We got some investors from there as well. Some Swedish people and some outside Sweden. We think we had some great connection and great communication there. So what we try to do is we try to make a good, how do you say it, a good partnership with our investors. We don't want you guys to just focus on the money. I mean, we're here to make you guys money as well. I mean, we put in money and we hope to make money so we can pay for projects, maybe pay back some money we put into this, and you know, all the standard stuff. You know what you expect in when you work on something. But in the long run, we need money to make some money to do marketing. We needed to do several projects like NFTs. It's not free to do, especially if you're going to hire someone to do most of the art for us. That costs money, takes time. PooCoin, like we talked about earlier, is not free to get many good impressions on it. Especially banners are not free as well if you want to do some really good ones. If we want to do an updated white paper design, we have to pay someone for that. You know, update our website, that costs money too. You know, everything is it's all about the money in the sense of marketing, because marketing can't happen without some money being put into it, because you can only you need to put in fuel for the engine to run. If I'm going to put it in a specific way. So that's why we have put in some money. Yeah.
Yeah, and we in the team we have a what do you call it? How we look at it. We're not here to run for the money. That's the money is like a result of our work and a tool for us to push the project further.
Yeah.
So we're here for our purpose and our community. The money will be a nice side effect of it.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna add in a little bit on this as an outsider. I mean, if you would invest in a startup in a company, you would expect them to use some of the money that you invested into them to use that towards marketing their product. That's exactly what they're going to do here. They need the money to invest in marketing to be able to take this to the next step. That's going to help all of us. Not them. That's going to help us as investors. And that's what you need to be able to expect in a project like this to be able to take the next step. That's super important. Sorry for jumping in.
No worries, man. It's a great add into the general discussion. It was perfectly explained. So the thing you have to remember, like John said as well, that the money is not the only thing we focus on, but I mean, the project, the token itself, it needs money to operate, because if there is no volume on the token, for example, we can't get money into buyback and marketing. So, I mean, if we at the same time just keep up the volume and do things, like if we donate money to this, we did this climate compensation for us members in BigSwede, like the startup of us. That was kind of a way of us marketing ourselves because we put in money to that, and at the same time we gave back to the climate and we helped people get some more chances to work. I'm not sure if Joanna, if you remember exactly how many positions of work it helped to create. I thought it was like
the project we supported is a mixed tree planting project in, I think it was Panama or Sri Lanka, and I looked into this project, and they have really nice certificates and gold standards. So it's a really legit, good purpose project, and they have 150 full-time employee in this tree planting project, and have planted a total of 7.5 million trees for now. So it's a really, really good project that we supported, and we compensated for 9.7 tons of we call CO2.
Carbon dioxide.
Carbon dioxide. Yeah, that was our start for it's a small thing. It's not a huge thing to do. It was a simple thing, just pay the money, but with that, we want to make a statement for this project and us, what we will have focus on.
Yeah. So it was just a small thing. I mean, it didn't cost us a huge amount of money, but I mean, it was a way of us marketing and showing you guys that we are really serious about this thing. And this was just a small step towards the right direction that we really need. And I mean, when we have more marketing funds, we can use that marketing funds as well to pay for all these kind of projects that we want to support. And what we're really looking to vet all of them, because we don't want to send money to something that doesn't get to the end destination,
Yeah.
And that is one of the things we really look into. How do we vet them to be really a serious project, and how can we make sure that the money is being used for the right cause? Because some projects or some organizations, they put like 70-80% into their own pocket instead of sending it to the actual cause sometimes. And I mean, that is the truth, to be honest. And we try to look at it in a way that it says them more than it should at least send 70% of the things we send towards the cause. It shouldn't be put into people's pockets. That's what we think is very important, and that's why we look into them and vet them closely.
And just to say, on a point like that, I don't know if people in this call have heard of like companies going carbon neutral. Like that's a big buzzword that goes around right now. They want to close out their emissions, and really that is a market that by 2025 is going to be worth up to $3 trillion. I mean, that's a huge market, and having that could be a possible step. I would imagine at least that could be a possible step in the future. Now, obviously, that's going to take time, but still, just to give an understanding of what a project like this could have in the future is so many companies that want to be carbon neutral, and using a blockchain to be able to do that is, a match made in heaven. So there's just endless possibilities.
Yeah, and you have a good point, and I have some ideas I can't really speak about, but I have some cool use cases about the things you point out, and I can't really talk about it yet, but I will look into it because it's easy for anyone to copy paste, and I think it's important to be first in the crypto space with some stuff to really hit it hard.
Yeah. Great point. Do we have any more questions?
I can see anything on Twitch at least.
Okay, let me see here. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Just push the microphone button. I think then you raise your hand automatically. And then you can ask anything. Like we talked about earlier, the marketing plans and such, I can't really specify most of it because I mean, if we get 50 BNB, we can do a lot of things with it, you know. But then we have to discuss in both the team and both the community what we're going to do with this money. We don't want to send 50 BNB to something. We would rather split it up between different things and do good in many ways than just one, you know. And we don't want to put only 50 BNB into PooCoin. I mean, does it make sense? And that is things we have to think about. So I mean, we tried to put a part of our initial liquidity providers' money into marketing. I mean, it didn't do as great as we thought it would, but I mean, it's like John talked about. It's always a learning curve. I mean, this is our first project in this space, and I mean, we have never been into Reddit, for example, before. We haven't used Twitter super much, but we are in a learning curve, and we try to do a project that's serious, long-term, and fun, you know. So we have to just try different routes and see what works for us. Even if it costs a small amount of money to do this and that, we have to just try it. Because if no one has the question, no one has the answers to it, then we just have to try it for ourselves.
Yeah.
What works, what doesn't work.
Yeah, and a lot of we want to see, you know, think what is marketing. Marketing, the regular marketing, you can put your sign up on and billboard up on 1,000 spaces and everywhere, but we want to look at marketing as something we can develop and see how we can do stuff, creative stuff, like this climate compensated certificate. That's marketing too.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Just let us know if we sound like a broken record. Just tell us so when we can talk about something else, you know. But we just want to specify that since it's our ever learning curve, we just have to try and try and try. It's always trial and error, you know.
And if you don't sound like a broken record, it sounds good. I mean, I think like any startup, which you kind of have to look at this as. I mean, we're early investors in a startup.
Yeah.
And any startup usually comes from a great idea, which I think that this project has. But then it comes from growth, both by the community, but both by the investors. I mean, we gotta help this community to get it started. We're gonna help with Reddit, help with fill the gaps of maybe lack of knowledge or whatever it could be to try to help this project get running. I mean, you guys done a great job just getting it started, developing a good contract that I think will fly for us. But then it's our turn to start helping with the growth and marketing. I mean, I'm sure that there's going to be people in this call who's great at Reddit that can probably help with that. And I mean, it's a learning curve for everyone, but
Yeah,
we
exactly.
we got to help each other.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that's what's
we're a
so
community.
amazing about. Yeah, exactly. Like Andreas said, we're a community, and that's just the amazing thing, because if we're all in this together, if you want to say it like that, it means that we can help each other, because some people are very good at different things, some are not as good as other things, but we can help each other to be better. And we have noticed that as well in this team. I mean, I have some knowledge of solidity prior that I tried out and such, and I've helped Joe and Andreas try to understand some of that, and that is the thing we mean. Like we in the team think as a community as well. We don't think, even if I have the role of the CEO and I have the finishing word or whatever you want to call it, uh, I'm not the only one making every decision. It's better to think about it like a community, and that is why we have also specified that this nice cat movement here. Yeah. However, we want to think about it like a community-driven token in the long run, because we want all of your guys' inputs, and at the same time mix it with our inputs and put them together and see what can we find. So that is what is most important to us.
Yeah, it sounds like everything's put together correctly and for the right reasons. I've been in quite a few successful coins, and what I did notice for maybe all of them that aren't as big as certain other ones, but for them to keep it moving and to keep it growing throughout time, because people are looking for a coin to outlast a certain amount of hours before they start joining in and getting
Yeah.
other groups into it.
Yeah.
Um, but having something just setting up, like for example, having certain metrics that we're trying to meet, as in within maybe the first day, Coin Sniper, and then reaching out for CoinGecko, CMC, but having it already set up, since I do
Yep.
have a lot of connections for those personally. So I would be able to actually help us all with that moving forward. But we
Oh,
could easily get this Telegram group to 1,500, 2,000 just on our own
yeah. The,
before the
the,
rest of that even starts coming.
yeah. The only thing we want to think about as well is that we don't want botted followers. I mean, many people coming with marketing proposals, and they count as a member of this group. But we can think about it this way: we are maybe just like, let's say, we're only 200 people in here that is active in maybe buying the token, and then we have to think, how can we grow this token to get more active users that are interested in our concept and all that good stuff, instead of just looking at, I want to sending a market proposal, because that doesn't help us at all. I mean, we get 500 market proposals every day. I mean,
Yeah.
how are we supposed to go through everyone and look what is not a scam and what is a scam? Because like we can all agree, like 90% of everything on Telegram is a scam if proven not to be.
Yeah.
So we look closely to just work with people that we have prior worked with. We have some vetted information about them. We can trust these people because they have proven us results. But I mean, over time, we have to look into different people that have maybe some more knowledge in different areas of marketing that these guys we use now maybe don't have.
Yeah.
So it's an ever. We have to look into expanding our network in relation to marketing as well. But I mean, we have a great start. We have Johan on the team that's very good in the general business aspect and has many different connections in his network. How can we spread our project outside the general crypto space? How can we help people understand crypto? What can crypto do for the general purpose? I have to get my cat. 2 seconds. Sorry, guys.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as we told you before, feel free to contact us. We we love to connect with the community and help each other. So Brick Main, I think everyone thinks you could be a really good ambassador for this project and help us all out in this.
Sorry, guys, I'm back
Yes,
now.
yes, of course.
So, I mean, if you guys don't have any more questions, we're going to look into some details about the launch, really. But if you guys want us to be active here, we will be active here. But you decide. how do you want to do it? If you trust us more, if we sit here and talk with you during the time, but we might not be active in generally speaking, but we can show our faces and whatnot if it fits better for you guys. It depends. You tell us.
Focus on the
voting
launch and
counts.
then come back afterwards. I think
Yeah,
that's the
and I
best.
think that's I agree with you.
We have
So
some modes to take care of any questions in the chat for you.
yeah, and I mean, I think we could have the VC open as well. So if you guys want to, I don't know, play some music and have a good time in here and wait for us, I mean, you can do that as well. I just have to see if I can leave without closing the VC. Otherwise, I think you guys could possibly open it, or one of our mod can open it and just continue to spread the good vibes while we wait for the contract launch.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
So is there any final questions before we go away for a little bit? Otherwise, we can take questions after launch or during launch or whatever.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to say much information about the contract, because we know one or two people in this call might try to snipe it. I mean, there's no reason for us to give out specific information. You guys have plenty of time to go through it. If you want to invest or you don't want to invest, you have seen our faces, you heard about our general concept and use case, what we can do to go forward from here. So have a thought about that for a little while, and if you feel comfortable, please stay in the chat and be active and try to spread the good vibes. If you have some new people joining, try to invite some of your friends, or if you have some internet friends, whatever you want to call it, that are interested in crypto, please invite them to our chat and start some discussion and talk about what can we do to move this project from start to on the road we want to take it.
Yeah.
So we are here as well. We're going to try to be active in our community at all times. I mean, I was at a funeral today, but I tried to check in anyway, because we really believe in this project. So but I noticed today was a pretty calm day in this chat, and I mean, some of you guys was active, and if you guys have any general concerns, you can bring them up in the chat. I mean, concerns are not FUD, but I mean, if you talk general trash about the project without any sense or any reason to talk bad about it, I would see it as FUD, and you might get a warning for it. But please bring up concerns. There's no problem with bringing up concerns.
Yeah, we like having
and
discussions with you guys.
Yes,
It's
and we have some discussions to that.
Continue.
Yeah. We just want it to be a friendly discussion, guys. I mean, sometimes discussion gets heated, but I mean, you have to think about it logically as well. We have different opinions about things and how we should do things, but I mean, at the end of the day, we have to compromise as well. We have to be logical. I know some of you guys had some discussions about like max wallet, max transactions, and all that. I mean, in the long run, does it really matter? I mean, right now at the launch, I understand some people might have concerns about it, but if let's say we had, I don't know the exact number of pre-sale investors we had, but I guess they were like 27 maybe. Is it something like that, Johan?
Sorry, I was somewhere else. 27 what?
Pre-sale investors, different investors.
Yes, 27.
Yeah. So I mean, those 27 people, they agreed to the first concept we put to them about how the max wallet should look like and all that stuff. I mean, do you want us guys to tell 30 people that sorry guys, we have taken your money, but we're going to change everything now? We have to be logical about it. We can do some minor changes, and we can make changes over time. We can lower the tax fees or whatever for logical reasons, and how to make it fair in the long run if we notice that it takes too much money away from the project. But the tax works in the way that the liquidity fee, for example, it gets split 50-50 for marketing and buyback. Why would we need buyback? Yeah, we need to buy back tokens people sell to keep the short steady going upwards at all times. Why do we need the marketing? Well, we need marketing. We need to pay for stuff. We need to pay subscription for websites. We need to pay website developers. Like I said earlier, everything costs money. We just try to be logical about it. So, I mean, you can have concerns. We don't mind concerns. Please write them in the chat and we can discuss about it. But I mean, a 4% max wallet is not a huge issue. We have a buyback that can buy back anything we put into it. And that is the thing we have to remember. The buyback doesn't work in the sense that it only buys back 1% or 2%. We can specify everything according to plan. And if we have a marketing fund as well, we notice one of our biggest investors decides to dump for some reason, we can buy his token back and send them to the burn wallet for you guys. It doesn't make sense for us to be non-transparent about that. I mean, if we have to put money from marketing into the project by buying tokens, we will do that. And I mean, we want to keep it steady afloat as long as possible, and we can do that. But I mean, if we don't get new investors by maybe you guys inviting some guys and talking about the projects to different people, it's going to be hard for us because we can only do as much as possible. And let's say that marketing money runs out for some reason, what should we do? That's why we need everyone's help in here to spread a good message about BigSwede and how we go forward from here. Yes. So do we have any final questions before we jump out for a little while and just fix the final things for the launch?
Nothing from Twitch.
Yes, I'll give you guys 10 seconds to think about it. Oh, 10 seconds, 30 seconds. You can think about it if you have any questions before we go out. So yes, you need to just raise your hand if you have any concerns.
And if you have any questions and you're watching on Twitch, you can type in the chat.
See many people joining now.
Yeah.
So people are ready. And if you guys want, you can take a print screen of our faces and chill on Twitter or whatever you want to do. We're a Docs team, you know. It's a good marketing technique, I guess, because we're not a video from Fiverr of some hired actor. We're actually real people. We're talking right now. You see, I can wave as well, you know, oh, and all that stuff, you know. I mean, there's nothing. We're not hiding anything from you guys, you know.
We try to be as transparent as humanly possible.
Yep. And that's what we think are super important.
Yeah,
wow, now people are coming in here. But that's, you know, guys, notice we have the bot that actually removes people that join to the chat. So if we see some random people trying to bot towards our launch, sending fake contracts, they will get deleted instantly. So don't matter to check if at the bottom it says new user pinned contract address joined. Just look at the top of the screen where all the pinned information will be, you know, at the top of the Telegram, where you can see when we're active at launch and all that stuff, you know. So what's important for us now is that you guys keep calm. Sorry guys. But yeah, keep calm. You spread the good vibes. Just keep it active in the chat. Let's keep it going. Chill to your friends. Chill to Facebook. Chill to Twitter. Do whatever you want. We're going to do the Twitter competition as well in relation with the launch. You know, it's going to be some good price, I think, because BNB is going up. I mean, 0.6 BNB can be a lot tomorrow if you're very lucky. I mean, what's stopping it? Everything depends on BTC, and I mean, if it keeps going up, it will keep going up. So think about it. You have to do some small things to win a pretty good amount of money. So I would think about joining the competition as well, because you help us to market the project as well while doing it. So it's a win for you guys. It's a win in the sense that you help bring in more people to the project you invest in, but you can also win separate BNB you might want to put in the project or any different project, you know. But at the same time, we help to spread a good message, you know. That's what we're all about. So we want to thank you guys for your time this far, and all the new guys that joined. Just stay put, and we will come back in here shortly with more information about the launch and all that stuff. And I hope you guys are ready, because we sure are. But we just got to fix this little thing first. Just make sure it's 100%. Yeah. We know it is, but we just want to double check it 5 times. You know, we don't want to mess it up, because we have so many guys' trust in here. You know. So take care, everyone. Let's see you soon.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah. Bye.